Hello, if you don't know who I am, my name's Zach Lara and I've been coaching on Rocket League for over 4 years now. I do coaching with all my subscribers on Twitch, whether it's through Amazon Prime, paid on your own, or gifted by a member of the community. So if you guys do want to come by and say hello, I do go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm also a coach on MetaFi, so if you guys wanted to book a session directly with me, those links will be down below, and I'd love to get a coaching session in with you. We also do give away random coaching sessions to subscribers here on YouTube, so if you're lucky like this person, you just want a free coaching session, please message me down in the Discord so we can go ahead and set up that free coaching with you. I do want to say thank you guys so much for all your support. It honestly means the world. So let's go ahead and dive into this replay. Okay, so something I'm kind of saying like this. Do we feel like we have to play fast? Do we feel like just everything's moving really fast?
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell from like your positioning that you feel that way, just because I'm seeing you turn up the field a lot, like here, like I gotta go for it, and then you realize, oh, just kidding. So then you turn back around, and then you literally did it again here. So I love how you're patient here. That's perfect. I like to get you closer to the pizza slice though, so just scoot you back just a little bit, so that we are inside the pizza slice. Then as soon as that ball goes down the field again, I feel like we want to run out there again, and then as soon as they retain that possession, we have to turn back around again. So just kind of seeing that happen quite a bit. I do think a lot of people in champ especially think that with there's these banging clears that you need to be the one to be the first one to race down the field and get it. We need to understand that when we have these clears like that, it's not really the best play, especially when they are rotating and keeping some pretty decent spacing. So like this one here, we can already know, we can already tell that this person's about to pick up a ball for free, and he has two options. He either is going to retain the possession or he's going to hit it right back to you. So I think that we can get in some scenarios here where we actually can take that ball for free right there, instead of going to run down the field to turn around and come back, because now we're still on defense here.
Would you stay in goal, or just more like where the ball landed?
So I would be about, let's see here. So rotating back here, he makes the challenge here. So I see the ball is handed over. I probably wouldn't move anymore from right here. I'd probably wait to see, because I'm seeing that he's going to go up in the air. So I know that after he touches that ball, it's champ one. He will most likely not get a second touch. So that will be a free ball. And then I'll be snagging that ball right there for free. Because the other teammate's already overextended. That Eric's guy hasn't even landed on the ground yet, so I would have been able to push forward here, at least pushing us onto offense. Scoring a goal would be perfect, but at least going onto offense, leaving our defensive end there. So then again, another banging clear here. So like right now, I think we have an instinct that we want to race down the field and go get this ball, but we need to understand that we don't have possession of this ball, and most likely the other team is going to get free possession, because even though we're banging it down the field, they are rotating back to pick up a free ball, because now he has a free ball. Now we already again kind of started boosting and racing down the field, and we need to understand there's going to be two options. There's always going to be two options when the other team gets the ball. There's a third option that they're going to completely miss that, but we're not going to count that one, because with them just missing it, that's just unfortunate. But two options here. He's either A, going to dribble it, which then we can go ahead and challenge appropriately, or he's going to bang it away. And when he bangs it away, that means we can capitalize on that gap of possession and bangs it away. Him banging it away is going to be the more immediate threat. So we always kind of want to think in our heads that we may have to hurry up an aerial. Once you realize that he slows down the ball and so dribbling it, then we know that that's not going to be a threat. And then we can go ahead and challenge him and 50 him appropriately. But as soon as we see that ball rolling to him, we know he has two options: to either hit it high or he's going to keep the ball. The same scenario there. A little unfortunate for that touch there, because it is a one and done touch. And depending on your teammate, whether they start running out the field yet, looks like he's being patient, which is a good thing, because they're going to get free ball possession here and also fire on target. And nice shot. Good patience by him. I like it. One thing I am noticing though is we are pretty heavy on the boost. I usually refer to as boost bleeding, which I feel like we've had this conversation before about bleeding boost. The one thing that I will see though is, or the one thing I do see the one thing I do see here is that you are picking up quite a bit of boost. So it's awesome. Boost management. You're picking up a lot of pads. It looks like you're going over pads pretty fluently. You're not like scrambling looking for them. You have them pretty nice in your rotation. So from so far what I can see, but we're using a lot of boosts at the same time.
Yeah.
So usually, if as long as you're picking up the boost, you can burn all the boosts you want with no issues until you run into that team who takes your boost or your teammates who take your boost. Then that's when you're going to be in these really tough situations where you normally would just be burning your boost, bleeding your boost, but the boost isn't there for you to bleed. I'm seeing a lot of instances like we're right here. Let's see here. So over here we have 70 boosts. We missed the 100, so that's really unfortunate. Then we're using boosts the whole time when we could be flipping. So a big thing when we are on the ground, you can flip to supersonic. You can't flip to the ceiling. So when we can implement a flip, even if you have 100 boosts, 56 boosts, or 0 boosts, we want to be flipping to conserve that boost to keep it going. Like so, this whole rotation right here, we could have just flipped all through these pads, saving that initial 56 that we had. So now we'd be at 96 boosts here with making this play. That would have topped you off at 100 right there. But we could have been flipping to supersonic or wave dashing to get us forward here, and now be sitting at 100 boosts about to take this ball for free. What is our thought process though from here on?
Get behind him.
Okay, it doesn't seem like we really started to boost until like at that moment we kind of got that mentality of like, oh, I need to get behind him. But I'm pretty sure that we knew from here that we needed to get behind him. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've kind of noticed that a lot of people kind of like, I'm gonna see you and wait, see what happens. But honestly, in reality, we don't really care what happens, especially in this scenario here. The team you're playing right now is rotating very, very well, so that's awesome. I get the pen out. The team that you're playing against right now seems to be rotating very, very nice, which is good to see in this rank. But right now, so you got one player here, and they're going to be for the loss of the play and the win. So it looks like you have 2 people challenging here. You got 1 person here, 2, and versus the 1. So he has to literally get past 1 player, get past 2 players for that ball to even cross in front of the net. So with the situation here, it's going to be most likely going to be a loss. Like I said, if he had to flip a coin, heads or tails, he would have to flip it and win this heads and tails and win this heads and tails for that ball to even get passed through the net. So just based off percentages, it's going to be a loss of the play, which is what we want to play for anyways in twos, especially for rotating out because there's literally no one else on the field besides you and him. So I would probably start cruising on these boost pads just a little bit faster and get out so we can go ahead and turn around and start facing this way because we already know just based off of percentages that this ball is going to go right and it's going to be a loss, which it definitely was. So now when we go to make this challenge, we're sitting here at 26 and now we're having to make that cut forward here. Looks like we're still good here. Unfortunately, he's rotating the same way because we want him to rotate through the play because you also have another goalie to still have to deal with here. So if he could have just rotated through the play, that would have been perfect. But no big deal. I like how you exit out the opposite side of the field. That's awesome. A little unfortunate there. So especially with him rotating on that same side of the field, that put him in a really awkward position here. Because with him being on the same side, it forces him into an unnecessary shadow here. Seeing the situation, with him not being in the goal, I would prefer to you just to go ahead and start grabbing these pads and hitting this net. If you did have a player here or a player just left to go challenge, then you might be okay to go grab the 100 boost and come in. But with him already challenging, shadowing, and just doesn't look good, he didn't really set him up for success. I would say we go ahead and set you up for success. You're going supersonic right now. Let's go ahead and grab these pads and try to make this safe here. Whether you will make it or not, it would have been really, really tight, but it still would have been the better decision to do.
Yep.
In that one there. Yeah, I've been seeing us lose a lot of boosts here. So we grab 100. Boost, boost, boost. We only used 50 boosts. Like it took us about 50 boosts there. We didn't even get to go supersonic. That's when we hit supersonic at 59. And then you picked it up right away, so it's nice. You use about half of our boost just to go supersonic without a single flip. And that's the kind of thing I'm looking at here too is, feather, feather. When we're going to make our final play with the ball, we're under half boost now. Let's try to make a play here. So what that can hurt is that can hurt your recovery time. depending on how much boost you have and how far back you need to travel. It's tough. So we kind of did it twice here.
Hmm.
Let's get to the point where we don't have to do this. Okay, right now you just turned around. Let's get to the point where we don't have to do this. So if you need to scoot back even farther to feel comfortable here, that you can stay forward, because what happens if he gets beat here, I want you to be the first one to capitalize on that ball, not turn around and play for whatever might happen from then. I want you to already think ahead of time. He is 100% going to lose here. Where do I need to be where I can comfortably pick up where he's going to lose? Because in this situation, there's a 1v1 situation. We don't have a goalie just yet. I'm guessing he's probably coming around somewhere soon. Especially if your team's the midfield. By the time he travels here, there may be one person in the net. Even if there's not a person in the net, even if it's just a true, he has ball possession 50-50 here. Obviously the win's going to be on this side, the lose going to be on that side, the loss going to be on that side. Sorry. If the ball literally just biddles in front of the net and no one's there to score it, it's not a big deal. You're still on offense. You get to retain offense possession. It's more like an incomplete pass in football. I threw it. No one was there to receive it. Oh, well. When it becomes the loss and then now you're on defense as they proceed forward on offense because you overextended for the offense, this is a turnover. I mean, you're now on defense. So I'd rather take the incomplete pass any day over than just throwing an interception and turning the ball over. So let's just get to the part where we are feeling comfortable enough where we don't have to just immediately, as soon as we see this 50, just go back. Because I said that's not going to help us out with any situation, whether it's a win or a loss, because now we're turned around. So it's irrelevant at that point.
Yeah.
And then same situation here. I think we got a little greedy here. You got a teammate in the net. We know that the blue guy is going to panic. And again, he has two options to either chip it really high or dribble it. So the one that's going to burn you the most is the one he's going to chip it high. So we want to play for that. He's going to bang it away and chip it high. If he does start to dribble the ball, then that's fine. We can go address that, no problem. So play for the high chip. There it is. And then that would be our free ball that we would have been able to snag. So if we were just a little more patient right here at the midline, not going any farther up, just hanging out right here, waiting. Mine. Probably scoring that. There's no one in the net. He cut up tight here on the net too. He cut rotation, trying to run up the field, which is similar to what you've been doing here. To start running up the field really early, and then you just make them pay every single time. Because by you being this close and then now being on par with them here, doesn't add any value to the play, and it just honestly just forfeits our offensive possession. And now we're going on defense. Little unfortunate. So if this was more of a free ball, then I would maybe understand a little bit more with going and grab that. That ball's like rolling on the ground and your teammate or the opposing team's gonna get free ball possession. One move burns him and you just landed on your tires. Yes, you have 100 boost, but you're not even in the play anymore. So that's kind of that one situation where it's just like, that's very unfortunate. So if it was like a higher ball or the ball was not really controllable, maybe we can go for that and be okay. Even in that scenario, it seems like it's a little risky for that. I don't know how he missed that, because in my opinion, he should have probably hit that, and you jumped really early for this one here. So yeah, because if he would actually touched it right here, he would have been burned. So luckily he did whatever he did and worked out very well. I would like you to just chill here for a moment, wait and see what he's going to do here. Like I said, two options: bang it away or dribble it. There is a third option that he's just going to miss it, and that's just the unfortunate one.
I think the main reason I went for it because we're down.
Okay, that makes sense.
7 tries, every night's a gamble. Even when I turn off all the lights, all I see are puzzles, yeah. I'd rather be dreaming, floating while sleeping.